Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hello. Well, what's been going on?
Man, been the indexes, I think gold maybe too. I haven't looked at it today, but seeing a lot of selling this week, which to be honest with you, I feel like I've kind of dropped the ball on. This was something I was thinking about this earlier, Brian. I was like, oh, it'll make for a good conversation or just education piece. But I've been trading my futures, obviously, and also I've been trading my options, like cash account too. And I've had some long positions on options where it's made me hesitate on wanting to short on futures because I didn't want the market to go down because I wanted my positions on the individual names to work out, right? And so I think over the past few days, there's been a few times where I've thought like, oh, this is a nice looking short, and then I haven't taken it because I didn't want it to work. Kind of noticed that creeping into my mind, right? And so it's just something to kind of learn from, I think, this week and take note of if I'm going to try to trade them both. I think I need to approach it a little bit differently.
Well, it's different but similar to me. Taking on a few things that I want to make adjustments on. Some of my stop losses, placement. I'm trying to introduce trading the Dow a little bit more. When gold is dead, so.
Yeah.
Because overall I'm looking at a few regrets, and I think that's okay. Like I want to get better.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
And I'm safeguarding certain approaches I have too. So, I don't know. Like I said, I have a little bit different aspects on my side, but I think we're in the same what do you want to call it?
Yeah, kind of mindset coming in today, maybe.
Trading characteristics, aspirations.
We look at getting into today's game plan a little bit. We had the big sell-off. I'm looking at the weekly chart here. So if we look at that, we had kind of been stuck in this weekly range. Kind of this box here. Depending on, you could use the wicks if you want or not, but we've kind of been stuck in this weekly range where we've tried to break out to new all-time highs. The market looked like it might break out to new all-time highs a few different times on the weekly chart here. And then every time we sold off, we bounced in kind of the same area. And yesterday we've broken kind of below the range, even the lows of these wicks here on this range. And to me, from the index perspective, the market feels like I think a lot of it has to do with Trump and the uncertainty around tariffs and all the different changes that he's making. And the market doesn't seem to like uncertainty. And I think that's what's kind of leading to this bigger sell-off here. Plus, we've been on a strong uptrend for a while now. So things changed pretty quickly this week, where just last week we looked like we were breaking to new all-time highs, and now with a really harsh red bar, we're getting pretty ugly. And you look at that from a daily perspective, kind of the same thing. It's just you see this range played out over a longer period here. It's kind of the same box that we had on the weekly, breaking to new lows here. So I think two things are in play. The more obvious thing is the market looks pretty weak to me overnight. Looking at the 5-minute chart here, if we zoom out a little bit, we've basically consolidated near the lows of the last 2 days. Bit of harsh sell-off here, tried to rally, harsh sell-off, consolidated, harsh sell-off. So, and we're just kind of consolidating around these lows. So to be honest with you, I think pretty straightforward. And I think New York could open and we could stay ugly and things could sell off pretty harshly. I think that's on the table. And I don't want to roll that out. But that also feels like just almost too obvious. That's my only issue with it. This chart definitely looks ugly, and the trend is definitely down. So I don't want to force any shorts. I'm definitely open to some morning shorts. I would probably start with some smaller size, but I guess we'll see what happens. I have a couple levels in play. I'll get marked up here.
I agree with pretty much everything you said.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I want to. I definitely prefer short. I think we could see them right out of the gate, especially with the overnight action.
Yeah.
The only thing that's stopping me is I'm not. I don't know when the longs look obvious. My brain is like more willing to put them on. But when the shorts look this obvious, for some reason, I like to second guess myself and be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this too obvious?
That's a good point. See, that's almost exactly what I was trying to figure out the words for. I was, like you were talking there, and I was, comparing it to some of my thoughts. Yes. So I'm tired of second guessing some of that stuff, or, I like the way you put it.
Yeah. My brain, for some reason, likes to second guess an obvious short, but it's just willing to throw risk on longs all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Every
We have
time
a
you
little
speak,
bit of a divergence too, where YM has a little bit of relative strength overnight. I do feel like it feels like if you're looking at like a broader macro perspective, that there's like a bit of a shift where a lot of like the higher volatility tech stocks are getting beat up pretty good. And there's just kind of a little bit of a shift where YM has shown a little bit of strength. The Dow, which a little bit more of like safer haven names where there's like some financial stocks, there's like some retail stuff like Walmart and Home Depot, and like Home Depot is an individual name I've been watching this week that's shown relative strength. So it feels like investors are sort of moving their money out of tech and putting it into some safer haven stocks. And that's, I think the behavior of the indexes have shown that. Which, I mean, I like to trade based off of price action, but when you look at it from like a broader scale and you consider those things, I think that's kind of what's been happening.
Yeah. That whole second guessing aspect, I was just thinking of some of that about an hour ago. I was sitting here putting in some decent trades.
Yeah.
But I was doing it because I kept saying to myself out loud, prior to executing the trade, what I've been saying here on the stream, like, would I go short right now, or would I go long?
Mm-hmm.
And and I'm doing almost the opposite of justifying a yes. I'm justifying not the other direction. So
I like that like line of thinking.
it's helping me. It's helping me get into trades a little bit sooner, and it's allowing me to hold on to them more until the trade invalidates itself. So in essence, I'm saying, okay, let's say price is going I think it's going to go long on gold. So I'd ask myself, would I go short? In other words, I'm trying to validate.
If you have those thoughts and you're in one of those situations where you were like, I could see both the long and the short, is that when you just decide not to take the trade?
I think you said it right. I mean, you can get really screwed up in that mindset if you say, well, I'm doing the opposite. It's because it's not the opposite, right? It's just saying, rather than trying to validate the trade in the direction I think it's about to go in, I'm trying to invalidate these other aspects. So, like, I'm showing it's not going to do this, it's not going to do that, it's not going to do this other thing. All right, that only leaves one thing. Let's trade that direction.
All right, so we're off. The line I just marked there was yesterday's low. So NQ already breaking below yesterday's low. I have a level right here as well that we've been holding overnight at 25.61. $61.50. Oh, I hate that. Come on. All right, let's close it. Should have just shorted the open. Oh, another thing I wanted to show you guys today. I got a couple of accounts to try out the trade copier. So you can see the trade copiers on. I went through the process of setting this up. So in order to do it, you have to click. This is how you start. Click here to make a new trade copier group. And then you have to select a parent account. So if you have multiple accounts, I think because I already have them set up, I can't put them in here. So I can't look at the settings. But anyway, if you have two accounts, you select one parent account, which is like the main account that you trade from. And then any other account, like you could have 4 children accounts that are connected to it. And so that's how you set it up. There's some other things in here that you can tweak in your settings. But man, so I'm going to try this out on 250K accounts. Really, no, unless you just went short right out of the gate, which was on the table for me, but that's not necessarily the way I like to trade. But NQ dumping right out of the gate.
Yeah.
ES dumping out of the gate. YM still showing a little bit of strength. YM seeing some buying. Home Depot, one of those individual names that I've been watching, also strong, which is like kind of in the Dow sector. Oh, NVIDIA earnings is another thing we can talk about today, Brian. I have a whole nother spiel we can talk about. Your boy's done trading options into earnings, that's for sure.
That sounds like a potential long conversation.
Well, so it has to do if and I don't necessarily want to take too much time on this, I guess, because it doesn't really pertain to like prop trading. But I think just market knowledge is good for anybody to have, whether people in this group have traded options before or not. Well, it feels like a downtrend is very very on the table. If we can get a little rally and a potential lower high underneath 25.61s here, it's kind of what I'm looking for if I'm going to take an early entry.
Oh,
I feel like it could be aggressive though.
Wow, that is a heck of a drop, man.
Yeah, NASDAQ.
I just wouldn't have taken that out of the gate. That's almost like a news event, that's.
Yeah. It feels like there's definitely some fear setting into the market, and selling could get pretty harsh here.
Could, yeah. I'm
not rushing. And you could have taken like a break under yesterday's low, but I had a level right there too. That's just an aggressive entry. I don't normally like taking entries. I'll hold like if I have a good entry coming into the market open, but I don't like to just fire right off at market open.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've dumped 100, only about 100 points actually, not as bad as I thought, but 100 points in 2 minutes.
Well,
I can smack you real hard.
Gold is consolidating bearishly right now on the open, and that sucks because it's painting a picture. I'm not going to predict this because I never do that. It's painting a picture like, hey, Brian, you're not going to have any opportunities this New York day.
Yeah. That's the vibe I'm getting with NQ right now. It's just going to keep.
I know. Well, see, dude, this is why I started watching the Dow. I picked that over NQ. It moves a little smoother. I just find it separates itself the most from gold.
Yeah.
That's all. So, hey, you know what we're leaving out of the conversation? That my 200K that I've been bringing out of drawdown.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in a trade on that account Wednesday at the end of the live stream.
Yeah, yep,
So
that's
yeah,
right.
so I know I messaged you back around then, but
Yeah.
so it popped, went up. So we're back to a new account.
Nice. Let's go. Yeah, I know. We got it back to break even. I was so hyped when you sent me that. It's been a journey. I love it.
So not only I didn't want to just there's nothing really to talk about on it, except if I take some trade here in a little bit, then you got my screen up there. Good. I wanted us to acknowledge first that it is back out of drawdown. If I make a trade and it goes south a little bit, it was out of drawdown. But see, now if it goes into drawdown a little, it's not going to go a lot. I'm going to protect it better. I'm going to start demonstrating on this account less wild trades. That's how it ended up in drawdown. When I started trading this early on in our streaming months ago, I took more daring trades, probably a little bit for show.
There you
You
go.
know,
Which Brian, I gotta show you real quick. Look at this bounce.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
You.
See,
Look at
this
that.
is why.
Look at this. This is
That's
wild.
a falling
Man.
knife that went right through your hand. If you try
That's
to
that's a 120 point candle
holy
straight down,
crap.
followed by 120 point candle straight up, which is crazy.
How many people are snapping their keyboards across their knee right now?
I mean, that's such a strong bounce that I don't know. It feels like maybe we see a relief rally today. I don't even. Whew. That's like we broke that 5-minute high. Now, if we put in a 2-minute sell under this level, it like makes me want to try a short. But the volatility is real today.
Yeah,
Whew.
it was certainly a couple hours leading up to the New York Open. I made a good trade on gold. I shorted it on a different account. Pretty cool. Right now, so I switched over to this 200K account when we started streaming. It's in the middle. I stopped out of not stopped out. I took profit out completely of a short that I was doing probably about 15 minutes before 30 minutes before New York Open. Yeah. And I'm glad I did it. It's been bouncing, but it might go further south on gold. I don't care because that account already got a little profit. This 200K account, though, I can't jump in now. This could go. This is why I was disappointed a moment ago. Gold could keep going south, and I'm not in a setup. It's too late. I'm not going to join it. You know, it's like I already profited off this thing. So I'm hoping that I get a good setup somewhere during the stream so I can make a trade on this 200K.
Yeah, I gotta wait here because at this point I wouldn't to take a long. I mean, where do you put your stop? I mean, it's just have to have a 100-point stop right now.
That's a coin flip, dude. On that one,
Yeah.
that is a coin flip of a trade. I mean, I guess I would tend to go. See, my instinct on what you're looking at right there is I would short it, but therefore I would take the opposite. I would go long.
I'm gonna watch the 2-minute. I want to see if I were to try anything. I'm watching reactions at this 25, 61, 50s. I want to see the 2-minute kind of go sideways and like either hold above to try long. But I think if we get long, I think it'll happen quicker. I think the longer we consolidate, the higher likelihood is that we break further down. So I don't know. I'm gonna watch this area between yesterday's low and 2561s and see.
Okay.
And see that as kind of my reactions. I'm gonna hopefully we get a little bit of sideways action there. That'll kind of give me a better picture. That's our opening prints right there too. The Dow strength makes me think maybe we see a little bit of bounce. I don't know. Maybe we just continue to see some divergence.
I'm so tempted to short gold again, but it's right about where I got out of my short 45 minutes ago. It's right at it now. And is it going to do a continuation, or is it going to
I'm pulling it up
again?
now. 5 minute, yeah, pretty clean 5 minute downtrend, it looks like, all overnight.
There goes, I bet gold goes. Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, I know. I'm considering diving in a short right now too.
I'm going to take it. I don't care if this thing bounces around 200K even. It's okay. I went in on just one lot size. That's very small. I think that's such a small margin on this account. If it was my setup, I would probably go in with probably about 4 lot sizes right now. I did one position on a 1 lot size, and I don't even know where I put the stop loss, honestly. Okay, so I shorted gold here very softly, but I only did it because of experience, that more than half the time yep, there it goes. Come on, buddy. Go further.
Oh, shoot. I meant to switch and I forgot.
Oh, it's okay. Nothing to show off here.
I haven't entered. I'm still waiting. I don't know. I don't have enough conviction yet. What is RTY doing?
Oh, there you go. I'm out. I took that for about $250. It could go do what you want, gold. I don't care. I did that for emotional purposes only. It might go in maybe I could have got $2,000 off that. I don't know. Don't care. It's not my setup. I'm not doing it.
I tried a I tried a NQ long here. I may regret it. I only did 2 micros. I went small size. Stop under the 2 minute low. I'll show you. Hold on.
Ashton is mentioning, hi Ashton, is mentioning the Chicago PMI is going to occur shortly. That's true.
Oh yeah, I wonder, is that restricted on this?
It's not restricted, but it's happening in about a minute and a half from now. That's what is it? Economic health business indicator. Something like, it's small. It's a survey of 200 people.
So I took my long base off that 2 minute trigger.
Okay. I'm watching, since you're trading in Q, I have it up on one of my screens over here. Okay, wait, what did you do? Okay, good. You went long, right?
Yeah, I tried the long.
Okay.
I'm not going to get too greedy with it. If we get a pop over pre-market highs, I'm also experimenting with the trade copier for the first time. So I did 2 micros, but it should from what I understand, it should be 2 micros on both of my accounts. So like I'm up $140 here. I believe I should be up 140 on both accounts.
Okay, that's the 2 minute that you're watching.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 2 minute here. Yep. We had the break back above. We have right here, this area. Yesterday's low, the opening print, and the level. And I'd probably take half off if we can get a pop above the pre-market highs and try to hold a runner, but we'll see. With this, we may just get stopped here quick on this data too.
There goes gold. Keep on going south. I have to admit, in my older days here,
yeah,
when
gold.
I'm not in a trade, even if it's going in a favorable direction, I'm usually at peace because I don't have to go through the
anguish of seeing if your trade's going to work out.
like if you have a real job, and let's say you have a recurring meeting with the CEO or the CFO, somebody important. Let's say you have a weekly recurring meeting every Friday at this hour. Okay. I think that's usually more stressful than having meetings on the fly, because on meetings on the fly, you can be a little less prepared, but on a scheduled recurring meeting.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
They expect you to come. Yeah. You knew this meeting was happening. Like, where's your report? Tell us your profits, your losses, your this and that, your reasonings, your budget, what's your employees doing. Now, this is my past life before day trading. I would have to go meet with the owners, the chief legal, the chief financial, everybody. And they would look at me and go, okay, 10 minutes every Thursday or Friday. That brings anxiety.
For sure.
Well, that's what these trades do to me too. There's the same, just because I don't show it or verbalize like all these bad words I could say, I still feel it. I just control my emotion. And if you walk into that recurring meeting with the CEO and you don't act stoic, they think they hired the wrong guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They want to know that you're confident in what you're saying, even if you fake it.
Yes, for sure.
So anyway, that's just a comparison. It's
I like
the same
it.
Brian. It's
It's
just
a
a
good
different job
comparison.
now.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, the more trades you take and the more times you're putting trades on, the more times you're exposing yourself to the market risk, and that mental stress can add up for sure.
Yeah.
I like the initial reaction. We're still battling with yesterday's open, but what did this data come out? What time is the data at 10? Or did it already come out?
Chicago PMI already came out.
All right, so pretty muted. Maybe that was the pop.
It was very positive news, but it's not strongly impacted, but it was positive.
I think maybe that was the pop that I got on this 2-minute candle, actually.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, that's how my emotions work with trading. But I think that's proper. You should treat it like a business. When I used to treat day trading as a get rich quick, I never got rich.
Yeah.
Still not rich, but
But you're making money. Yeah, you're not just blowing money.
Right. Well, yeah, treat it like a business. So you have to answer to yourself, right? I look at the reports. I read all what I think used to be useless information. I read it all because not that some of the information I even go through each day in morning news maybe it has nothing to do with my trading, but what it does is it gets me into the frame set, the mindset to trade.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sort of like old school. Some of us had a parent that would open up the newspaper back in the day in the mornings and read some of it. Now I'm reminiscing about some of my past jobs, which I call past lives. I'm afraid to get a real job again because I think I would tell the boss to F you. If they...
Yeah, I've been trading too long. You couldn't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not liking this 2-minute failure here. Definitely
Come on,
fighting the overall trend here. I don't want to.
I'm watching NQ. I'm watching NQ on the 5.
Yeah, my stop's below that 5-minute low. The green 5-minute low. The kind of the bit of a doji with the body. We're still holding over yesterday's low.
Okay, now I'm pissed that I even got out of my short an hour ago. It's gone twice as far.
Gold just melting, man, melting. Part of me wants to put my stop in a position that if it stops me out, it ends up flipping me short, to be honest with you. But I'd have to give a pretty wide stop back the other way if I keep it where it currently is.
So on this 200K FunderPro challenge, I'm going to start trading it. Sometimes it'll be outside the live stream, but I don't mind showing the trades. Maybe that'll be a good intro. Sometimes I can just show if I took a trade prior to the stream or the day before when we don't stream. I can show the trade history, and then it'll show my paper cuts. It'll show every trade. Maybe that'll be cool.
I like it.
I don't want to just passively trade it only during the live stream like I've been doing. But I think that was a little good show there, Brent, to pull it out of drawdown. It was heavy, man.
All right, I'm gonna take half off if we can get to these pre-market highs.
Wasn't it about 6 weeks ago? I was trying to trade NAS, Dow, gold, and something else. I remember I was trying to trade 3 to 4. I was monitoring oil. I was monitoring 4 at the same time, and sometimes I had a quadruple trades going in, shorting, longing. I about lost my mind doing that.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, I think that was a little bit with me this week too, with all the individual names and stuff. There's definitely I think it's nice to be able to trade both. There's just a fine line that you got to walk where you're not overdoing it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of pros that you and I both admired don't like to trade that many. They trade 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because if you get into trades simultaneously on 2 different instruments, 2 is about it. Because I would monitor 4 or 5 because I would think, well, one of them is bound to have a good trade. But what the problem with my mindset there is there's going to be times when they all have setups at the same time. What are you going to do then? Pick one?
Yeah.
And then the one you pick goes against you, and the other 3 went, and you're like, oh, you're mad at yourself. So I'm back down to just 2. I admire you for trading the NQ because that just kicks my ass every trade I put in. Proof that you have to be related to it. Obviously, you're dating her. I'm not.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's your girlfriend, not mine.
She's definitely been my main watch for a long time.
It's like I flashed to NQ when you're talking some cool shit about it, and you flash to gold, vice versa. But you don't really trade gold, and I don't really trade NQ.
Yeah. I think everything I've said on gold always ends up being wrong. I don't know.
Like we're so polarized in that aspect, you know?
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good
North
point.
Pole, South Pole, Republican, Democrat. I don't know. You know?
Bull, bear.
Christian, Satanist. Up, down, left, right.
That's the way I look at bulls and bears. A Christian and Satanist. That's
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, you say though you have a problem shorting it.
I do. Keep that evil juju away from me. Just kidding. I have mad respect for people who make money shorting. It's definitely my struggle.
It's just the opposite of long.
Yeah, I know. Somebody suggested doing you can set your chart to inverse, and maybe I should start watching NQ side by side in that way. And because I think it could, between that and being more willing to take some more scalp type entries, I think could be beneficial, but we'll see.
So I don't know if it'll work on your futures chart, but it's Alt I.
It's what?
Alt I.
Alt I. Okay. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if volumetric has that or not.
Try it.
See. Although I have a Mac, so
Oh, okay.
I don't have. Oh, I don't know. I opened up the code for it, but
Wait, no, that didn't do it.
yeah, I don't know. All right, so we're starting to break down here. Wow, gold is just holy cow! She fell off a cliff.
Yeah, but on its relative strength, it has been oversold since technically on my 5 minutes since an hour ago. So, and that most often that's when it just keeps tanking, because that's when a lot of people say, "Oh, the
They start
RSI's in
trying
the
to fight
red."
it. Yeah.
This is when your experts start looking for a buy entry. Now, I wouldn't look for a buy entry right now like Dimitri is probably. He's probably going long right this minute. I was speaking to him yesterday. So he's going to, anybody who knows him, or go to Discord, I'll look up Dinjim and the Discord search at FunderPro. He's looking at possibly taking on some students or doing some coaching.
With the gold futures, Brian, I do have a level like right at the current price. It's an older level. I'm looking at the gold futures here. But below this level, I don't have another level for a little while.
Yeah. Let's
So
see.
I have this level at 28.47.60. And then I don't have another level below on gold until 28.15.70. The way I do it on the futures chart.
I agree with you on the 15-ish area you mentioned. I think I would put mine.
Right. Yeah, that's a ways lower. I don't think we get there today.
Right, but my next critical area is on Forex is 28.24. So not as far south as you said, but in that area. But let me tell you, there is a small potential bounce, and I'm going to mark it right now. Oh, right where it's at. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have a level, right here. Yeah. I think you could see a little bit of a bounce here. Earlier, right at the beginning of I don't always watch the level system that I use, how well it reacts on gold, but right around 8:20 to 8:50 for about a half an hour, 20 minutes or so in there. We put in a few dojis and it was right at the upper level I have where we kind of consolidated them once we broke down. So it's got some good reactions off the levels today, but melting right now, still melting.
Yeah.
My NQ trade is holding on for now. If this starts to pop a little more, I may tighten my stop under this 2-minute low if this can get a little higher. We can get back up above yesterday's low here. Yeah. This 5-minute, we got about 20 seconds on this 5-minute candle. If it can trigger a 5-minute break above, I'll tighten my stop.
Have you mentioned yet yesterday's trading? Thursday?
I don't know. I think a little bit. I talked about how the action went, but I think that was pretty much it, maybe.
Gold did some ugly whipsawing. I took it. I got it my ass kicked yesterday. Yesterday was
that 5-minute just triggered, so I'm going to tighten my stop a little under this 5-minute. Because if this
Scrooge is
doesn't,
asking, are you bullish on NQ, Tyler?
no, not really, to be honest with you, Scrooge. Obviously we're in an overall. I'm trying a long scalp, but I'm not necessarily aiming for a massive move. My entry is 25.87, and I'm aiming for 26.79. So I guess that is about 100 points. But the volatility is high, so like 100 points on NQ right now isn't a huge move by any means. I mean, it's a nice move. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just aiming for the pre-market highs. I actually lean bearish, Scrooge, but I just think that the short is almost just a little bit too obvious, and the selling's gotten pretty harsh. That like we need a little bit of a bounce before we sell further. Could be wrong, but also that initial harsh selling out of the gate that got erased. Makes me think we'd go test the pre-market highs before we would sell off again. So it's not an overall bullish bias. It's more of a shorter term bullish bias, I guess. Say March analysis on gold. So are you looking for like an overall outlook on the price action in March, like what we expect for next month? I don't think Brian necessarily zooms out that much. I think he's more of an intraday price action type of guy.
I'm best put at don't know, don't care. I trade the trend. I trade the key levels. So I think the best. All right, if you're looking for a question on a March analysis, then that's an investment question, not a day trading question. A day trading question is going to be, what do you think's happening now? How would you respond to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the monthly chart because that is something I can do in swim,
but then
just to see what it looks like.
I do switch to the daily sometimes, but that's only to get a perspective of market exhaustion, if oversold or overbought. But it doesn't control my day trading ideas, you know.
If you look at the monthly chart on gold, it is pretty parabolic straight up. Before January, we kind of put in a 2-bar monthly pullback and then back to a ripper in January. And now February looks like it's going to close with a harsh upper wick and an inverted red hammer. So basically, if I'm looking at the monthly chart and the monthly chart alone, I would say that we are in for a potential monthly pullback on gold. So I think gold could see some more down action. Well, that's a bummer. NQ just popped to new highs on the day and immediately failed back into yesterday's low. Wish I would have taken that trim, to be honest with you, because I think this is a valid short entry now.
So yeah, 360. So yeah, so Tyler made sense on that monthly chart for gold. However, the way I would add to what he said is, to your point right there, what indicator is important? Because indicators lag, that's when I think it's a good idea to look at an indicator to see where is something at. So I would use the RSI and the MACD. And I'm not in a trade right now. I can do it on my chart in 2 seconds because I already keep it up. I already have it on the daily. So I would just do this, boom. Now you're going to see all my messages to myself and notes here, but okay. And I'll spread this open. So all those lines is because I do 1 hour and 4 hour analysis, but disregard those. So when the MACD has a strong trend up and a momentum down, then you're looking at a consolidation period. So Tyler's right. It's continue with Tyler, was your pullback?
Yeah, I think that the monthly chart could see a pullback. Yeah.
Pullback up or down?
Down.
Down. Okay. So on the daily,
I don't know. Can you look at the monthly chart on Trade Locker?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what it looks like. I also was looking at it with extended hours off, which could affect the way it looks a little bit. Yeah, so like if you look at it with extended hours off, like
Oops.
it's switched to like a red inverted hammer at this point. We don't have like a body on it, but we're back at like the open of the month, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to. There we go. I mean, that's why you're saying a pullback, and
Yeah, just that we failed to go higher, basically. So I think if the with the extended hours on, it looks a little bit better. With extended hours off, it's like an inverted red hammer, and it looks like a break below February's low. We're going to see a little bit more of a pullback to the downside. I don't, by no means has it flipped the overall uptrend on the monthly chart, but I think gold could see some more, not like necessarily huge downside, but some more downside.
Agreed. Yeah, if I had to make a choice up or down for the next month, I'd say down.
Yeah.
Pullback.
Yeah, I would have a little bit of a bearish bias from the
So
larger
get back
time
to what I
frame.
said earlier. I wouldn't go long.
Yeah.
But let's look at it like this, real before you get off my chart. Okay, I would again. I this is what I like indicators because I want to see the history and they help me see it.
Yeah.
So not only is it going up, duh, any idiot can tell, but this thing's been in an uptrend since March of on this monthly chart. So since April of 2023, it started becoming overbought right around early last summer.
Yeah, and it's still been being bought.
Yeah, a lot of that was the war that was outbreaking over in all the stuff going on over near Israel and all that stuff. So a lot of gold traders like Ishmael made a ton of money right here and set some Thunder Pro records.
Yeah.
Now look
By
at
the
this.
way, that level we both have on gold, Brian's seeing a little bounce right now.
Okay. I'll go back. But anyway, yeah, I agree with Tyler. Yeah, things are going to come south. And I was on the daily a second ago, and it's already begun its journey south. So this is it being overbought during early February, coming back down. So on the daily, it's already headed south. On the monthly, it's probably pivoting. But hey, could go right back up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Buyer beware.
Just to update on this one, that 5 minute put in that upper wick failure and came back down, tested the level again. We came back down, tested yesterday's low again, and now seeing a little bit of a bounce. I'm hoping this breaks out to the pre-market high at this point. But starting to see a tight range here on NQ. After those two big 5 minute candles, the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5 minute candles have been in this like I don't know, 5. I guess, man, that's a 90-point range. I guess that is a solid range. But NQ's been moving like 400 points in a day.
Ooh.
Give us that old pop, pop, pop. I'm glad I almost manually exit out of this one. Had we gotten a break under this 5 minute low, I would have been wanting to flip short, but ended up holding. Glad I didn't make any rash decisions.
Viewers asking, Tyler, do you have the ability to put viewer questions on the screen?
Yeah. You should. I don't know if you can or not, Brian. If you just click on it. Which one do you want up?
The most recent from YouTube. Yeah. So I know Tyler has an opinion there. I think we talk about it in a roundabout way a lot.
Yeah.
Whether it's gold or NQ or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I was an only gold trader. I'm trying to break out of that now and I'm picking one of the indexes. Mine's the Dow or the US 30 and Forex, the YM for futures. But I'm looking at the Dow now as my secondary, but gold is my primary and has been 100% all I've traded for a long time. Very successful traders out there. Some of the most successful traders trade one instrument because a lot of times, as soon as the trade invalidates itself on the direction they're trading, that trader will then just reverse the trade. A lot of people that I've learned from don't even care about consolidation. They just trade on that invalidation tells them to go the other direction. So one instrument can be a blessing to many, many people.
Yeah. I think I said this Wednesday, but I think it's good to master one instrument.
Yeah.
NQ. I think it's good to master one instrument and really have a good understanding of how that instrument moves and know it like the back of your hand type of thing. But I don't think exploring just overall market knowledge on other assets is a bad thing either. I think knowledge is good. I don't think you should give yourself analysis paralysis by any means, but I don't think it's ever a bad thing to stop learning.
Yeah.
That 5-minute driving me a little nuts. I almost wish I would have just taken a market order. We didn't quite. We just almost got to the pre-market highs and starting to fail them. See if she can hold here or not. What's this 15-minute looking like? Hey, babe. Yeah, I'm streaming.
For those of you new, Tyler talks to himself. No, I'm kidding.
Willow's coming up. She's gonna come say hi. You're just doing what? Oh my goodness, this is so good. I love it.
Oh, perfect.
Thanks, Ben. Love you. All right, so I flipped to the 15-minute here. Looking like she wants to hold.
Woo!
Come
I'm watching
on,
your
baby,
chart there. My God.
Get there, baby. How much of a beat? About.
Oh, Tyler.
And I'm like, all right, there it is. All right. Woo. All right, so we locked in $180. I'm gonna throw my stop here. We'll do it pretty much a break even, right underneath. I'm gonna keep it right underneath yesterday's low. So technically, it's $16 worth of risk. Let's look at this trade copier. Now, does it show both? Scrooge, did you end up taking that with me? I know you asked me if I was bullish on NQ. I don't know if I made the most convincing argument to go long, but that was really the majority of the trade I'm looking for. It's a nice pop from 220, 587. We're at 692 right now. It's a little over 100 points. I don't necessarily expect an uptrending day. I think we can get a little higher than this. I think we could also fail these pre-market highs. So tighten the stop up. See if it can give us a little bit more or not. The other thing is when we look back at that range, right? We had this daily and weekly range. And by no means am I saying that this is like for sure going to happen. I think we could fail these pre-market highs. Like we just got the spike above this pre-market high. I think this could immediately fail and go stop me out, and that would not surprise me one bit whatsoever. The other thing that is potentially on the table is kind of sweeping under this weekly range and this daily range that we've been stuck in, where we spike under it and immediately kind of fail to go lower under the lows of this range, which then just sends us back up in somewhere into the middle of this range. So we'll see. Definitely still an overall bearish trend when you're looking at the daily, the weekly. So not expecting the moon. If we can get another 50 or 100 points out of it.
Wow. The NQ did just what the Dow Jones did. A strong pullback.
Yeah, that's the Dow's.
What happened?
Dow's harsh failure there.
What happened? What? Who said what? I'm serious. Like,
yeah, I don't know. That was the spike. So the Dow spiked over its pre-market high and is failing that really harshly.
Scrooge's fault.
What'd Scrooge say?
No, I was making.
I scalped it a little, but I'm recovering from a loss, so try to be as careful as possible. Okay, nice.
Well, Scrooge on our last stream on Wednesday, he said if he loses another account, he's going to make Homestead on my front lawn. I remember
hey, don't do it on my lawn, Scrooge. Come on, I helped you scalp an NQ long here.
That's exactly what he said. So I don't know if Scrooge is in the U.S. or not. We call that basically a squatter.
I think he is in the U.S. NQ 2-minute vibes, given vibes it wants to hold. Just a 1 bar pullback and into a 2-minute hammer here. Pull a 2-minute up.
You know what we should do here sometime? You know how we try to spice it up with an idea?
Yeah.
We could do 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's called. I haven't done it in like a decade, but
yeah.
2 truths and a lie.
I feel like I need to think on it for a minute. Like get creative here.
Have you ever played that game?
I don't know if I ever. I mean, probably. I probably did when I was young. I mean, I'm definitely familiar with it. Like, right, we just give each other 2 truths and a lie, and people try to figure out which one's a lie.
Yeah. The last time I did it was at a new job where I was the new person, and I had to go to orientation. There was probably 12 of us.
Oh,
and
man,
they did that as a icebreaker.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to tell me because if we play, you might want to use some of these ones. I don't know.
I could. There's so many.
All right. So what do you use? What'd you use?
I remember 2 of them that were truths. I'm trying to remember the lie. I think that's the harder one to come up with. It proves I'm not a good liar.
yeah, for sure.
I know my 2 truths that I used that day. Again, this is going back a ways, but could be at any point in your life, so you don't have to,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So you could get a little trickery with it with some of the ones I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Oh, One of my truths you already know, so I can't say that.
Oh,
So I have to adjust that one into another truth.
okay, okay.
Because I'm copying in my head, I'm just copying from, I think I remember the lie. All I know is that of the 12 people in the room that day, I won.
Oh, so he's Brian's saying he's
Yeah.
got some skills here.
So everybody got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong.
Interesting, interesting.
Hey, Justin just joined us. My buddy Justin.
Oh, what's up, Justin?
So just as a reminder, Justin went through a mentorship with me under Ishmael. Doing good, Justin. Thought about you the other day. Hell, I think about you every day. I have very, very few people on my personal Discord.
I was just gonna say,
Tyler,
if I could, I wish I had some like sexy jazz music to play. Like, think about you every day, Justin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so Tyler's putting words in my mouth now. But what I meant by that is I have Ishmael, Justin, Tyler, and like I have a help support person from Trade Locker, a support person from
in your
FunderPro.
Discord DMs.
Yeah, my Discord, and then I have two support people from other platforms, and maybe one other person. So I mean, it's very. I have under 10 people in my.
It's an exclusive group to be
So
a
I
part of.
see. Yeah, I see Justin's name every day in a little list of 10 people who never contact me.
That's funny.
Tyler does. He contacts me at least 3 times a week, going, "Here's our link to join."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Tyler and I have off-stream conversations, but they're pretty small. Like, I made money, I lost money. Holy shit! Did you look at that drop?
Yeah.
We have very short messages.
F this stock.
Yeah.
Oh, so here, that reminds me. All right, so NVIDIA, right, and this will just be. Hold on, I just saw a question. What confirmation is better? Cut gold position. So to answer that question, Nairobi, I think you got to have a trade plan. You have to have a predetermined area where you believe your trade is invalidated, and a predetermined risk amount, and whether or not you predetermine the target or the reward is up to you. But you definitely need to predetermine an initial risk and an area where you think your trade becomes invalidated. Normally, that's under a specific price level, an area of consolidation or a certain candlestick pattern. But you kind of have to make that decision, I think, before you take the trade. It has to be part of your trade plan. Because if you tell yourself, I don't necessarily know where I want to close this trade, and it starts to go against you, you're going to find 100 different reasons to talk yourself into holding it, because you're going to have hope that it comes back and it comes good and it starts to make you money, when in reality it could just keep dumping forever because it went through the area where your trade has been invalidated, right? So you have to predetermine that ahead of time, in my opinion, and then stick to it, accept that risk, accept that area. Nice pop on NQ here, by the way. Looking strong. Wow. I like that. But so NVIDIA, just we'll talk a little options, a little option education for the viewers today. I don't know if anybody watching has ever traded options or not, but when you trade options, they have a strike price. So like the underlying price of the stock, the underlying asset, the price per share, that is. For instance, NVIDIA was trading around $130 per share pre-market. So we'll keep that in mind. They also have an expiration date, which affects them and certain things like that. But the ideal strike selection when you're trading options, if NVIDIA is trading at $130, you want to you want to buy, if you're trading a call, if you're going long, you want to buy a strike price that is above the current price, but ideally you want it to be a price that that option could get to. So if you're Scrooge, if you go to, sorry, I want to answer Scrooge's question. If you go to accounts, I think you can select in here. If you open this trade tab, there's this drop down right here, and it'll let you select between different accounts here. So that's how you can switch back and forth between them. But anyway, so in options, right, you want to trade if you're going to trade the 135 strike price and the current price is at 130, the 135 strike price is considered to be what's up 10x trades is considered to be out of the money. So ideally you want to buy a call option that is out of the money, but you want to be able to hold that option until it goes into the money, because the value then starts to exponentially grow with options. Now this all factors in, there's like volatility and the option Greeks that can mess with your options pricing and stuff like that. So for instance, NVIDIA pre-earnings, the option prices, because the implied volatility was so high, the option prices are a lot higher. So typically speaking, my trade on NVIDIA should have went really well if it was like in standard fashion without the option Greek pricing that comes with earnings. So I bought 134 NVIDIA calls when the price on NVIDIA was at like 127 or 128. So that's like a big move. So if it went from 127, 128 all the way to 134, typically speaking, that's like a great move with options. But the problem was I bought them pre-earnings when the option prices were so jacked up. The price did move all the way up to 134.75s or whatever. So my option contract went from way out of the money when I bought them to in the money, which typically speaking would be really good. But the implied move, like the pricing options market had priced in an even bigger move. And I needed my option. I needed the underlying price to go all the way to like 140, which is like my target for the options to really move. So even though when the market opened on Thursday, NVIDIA opened at 134 and change, my options were in the money. I had caught a move that was in my favor in the direction, if you just looked at the chart, by $5, $6, $7 on the underlying stock, but I still was down. I was red when the market opened on Thursday because the NVIDIA didn't move as much as the options had priced in the move. So therefore the options Greeks and the pricing still crushed my contracts. So I bought them at like 4, even though they opened up in the money, they opened at like 250. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's just when you're trading options, there's a lot more that's involved with it. And long story short, don't ever let me hold weekly options into earnings again.
Now that you got that out of your system.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian's like, all right, now I gotta listen to that bullshit anymore.
No, that's all good.
NQ pumping, baby.
Because I was thinking about that, some of that yesterday, and I was I almost messaged you about NVIDIA and whatnot, and then I held back because I thought, oh, I'll just find out Friday.
Well, and it's what I should have done is I should have just closed the contracts as soon as they opened. But NVIDIA did gap up into like the initial earnings reaction was like not what I wanted to see. Like I wanted to see it really move right off the earnings because they crushed their earnings again. Yeah. And but there was a little bit of consolidation overnight. And then they did end up gapping up in the morning because they closed the day around $130 per share. And it did gap up about $4, but they priced in a $10 move. So when a $10 move is priced in and you only get a $4 move, the strike price that I had, the price that kills your contracts. And then I tried holding them to see if it would, we could get an uptrend where NVIDIA could trade from 134 to 140 intraday. But yesterday's market was nothing but death. How long do payouts take for a review? I don't know if you're referring to Forex or futures. Our Forex trades are super fast, daily payouts. I think the futures trades are pretty quick too, or payouts are pretty quick too. But to be honest with you, futures are still so new that I'm not 100% sure. NQ's looking strong. See, I mean, I have a ton of room up above because of yesterday's afternoon sell-off. I don't know if we get there. I kind of doubt it. I have another almost 300 or 400 points of room up above. I doubt we get there. Be a hell of a rally, though. That's for sure. When you talk about rallying back into the range, talk about a failure to go lower below that range. It'll make for some interesting action next week. That's for sure. If this weekly candle closes with a strong lower wick, oh boy, it'll be interesting.
Sure.
Strong looking 15-minute chart as of right now, though.
Yeah, gold has, oddly, it has a good looking 15-minute chart. I'm speaking in slow motion hesitantly because
it bounced nicely off that level.
I went long on gold, but I went a little bit later than I would have liked to. We'll see. I'm long on gold right now with just 2 lots for everybody joining, including Justin, because he hasn't been here in a while. Hey, Justin, I've been bringing a 200K out of drawdown for a while on the live stream, and it came out on Wednesday. So today's the first time I've been trading positive on this account for a while. This is the account I normally trade on FunderProTv.
I did my stop in the small profits there. You tried the gold long here, or a little bit ago?
Yeah.
Are you green today overall?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we're out of drawdown, up 600, baby. Let's go. I'm invested in this account. Pump it up, gold. Pump it up.
Yeah. It doesn't have the strength. I kind of want to jump out and get a pullback, a better retest.
Yeah. It's a nice first hour close. We just got a couple minutes ago.
I'm actually jumping out of gold. Yeah, a couple $100, big deal. I want to see it pull back better.
Oh, sleepy today. I keep yawning.
So Justin, you're asking futures? I don't know. Tyler, do you know if there's a
How do I get
Justin's asking if there's a video on YouTube that he could check out that explains the variance between futures and Forex?
Man, I don't know of one off the top of my head. I actually wanted to make that. I wanted to make that video for Funder Pro, which maybe I'll try to do next week.
Don't be afraid of it though, because the main difference is it moves in different formats. So like it might move on the 25 cent or the nickel, the quarter, or something like that.
Yeah. So like the chart pricing is like a little bit different. So like, yeah, exactly how Brian's saying the increments move a little bit differently. Where Forex, you get all the different like decimal places. You don't get that with futures. Everything is done in, increments of 25 cents or 10 cents, depending on the asset. Also, you can trade pretty much all the same things, other than currency pairs. But you can trade, You can trade gold. You can trade all the indexes. You can trade Bitcoin futures. You don't get like as many of the cryptos, but you can trade a lot of this stuff. You can trade the dollar, or you can trade orange juice futures. You can trade, cattle, oil. But so it's all the same stuff, and like unless you trade currency pairs, the charts themselves, the price action itself is essentially the exact same. The Forex charts are just mimicking what the futures charts are doing, basically.
Yeah, and then the groups, the
yeah. So there's different
mercantile.
Yeah, so like how Forex, you have leverage, right? So like, for instance, if you get the regular account on FunderPro, the leverage I think is like 100-1 or whatever it may be. But if you get the swing account, the leverage is like 30-1, and if you get the fast track, the leverage is like 50-1. So that affects like the sizing of your lots and your positioning, right? So your risk and all that stuff. In futures, the way it's done is each asset has like a micro or a mini size contract, and they move like 1/10 the size of each other. So for instance, myself, I trade NQ. If you trade the mini NQ chart, it moves $20 per point. And if you trade the micro NQ chart, charts do the same thing. They just move at a different value. The micro will move at $2 per point. The Dow for a mini moves at $5 per point, and the micro moves at 50 cents per point, which sounds a lot drastically different from how NQ moves, but the Dow trades at a much higher price. NQ is trading at around $20,000, while the Dow is trading at around $43,000. So in terms of their volatility, I would say like the YM, which is the Dow, and the NQ, which is the NASDAQ, their volatility, I would say, is relatively similar in terms of like putting risk on one or the other.
Well put. Yep. There's a lot of stuff to know about it, but much of it is not important, because if you choose, I'm just going to trade gold futures. Okay. Well, you just saved yourself a headache of studying a lot of other crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Justin, I don't just want to offer demo of futures. Maybe I should play around demo. Unfortunately, I don't think they do. So I don't think they do. And you could try, like, if you just look up, Justin, look up Volumetrica, which is like the platform that we offer. Volumetrica may have some sort of demo offering like through them. I don't think FunderPro does through FunderPro, but I'll pull up my chart here real quick just to show you the spelling. If you look up here, there's Volumetrica Trading right here. If you just like look that up and see if they have any like demo options for you, they might. Code RISKLIFE will get you the best discount on any futures accounts. Also, reminder, 20% off end of the month sale on the Forex accounts. You guys can use code GETFUNDED, but 20% off. That ends tonight at midnight. So if you guys want to take advantage of the 20% off, you can do so today before that ends tonight. So we got a pullback here on NQ. Brian, sorry, I know you're still in your longs. I'm just holding my runner. Did you exit your long positions and look for a pullback and re-enter, or are you still just in your original trade?
I re-entered.
Okay.
On the pullback. If I take a little loss, big deal. It's my setup right there. So, yeah.
Oh.
Let's see what it does here.
Run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
You can call that. We'll call that a coffee break.
Yeah, coffee break. Yeah, that's a coffee break. Coffee break.
You know, Justin, another good resource I think I have in my favorites is go to ig.com. There's an article, I'm pulling it up. Forex versus futures. Forex versus futures trading. What's the difference? And over there at ig.com, I think there's a big article. I see the title and listed as one of my notes pages. Okay, come on, gold. Over to the fund. So a huge part of my gold trade at the moment is because price went over the top side of my downtrend that I drew, but it bounced off a lower key level, a 4-hour key level. It's between key level zones at the moment for me. So that's why I went in with a three lots overall instead of something like 4 to 6. So I sort of halved my position on this long, since I'm in a 50% of me would not have taken the trade and half of me would. So, but I definitely would not have gone short right here. I could be wrong. I could go south further, but I chose to go long because I know I would not go short. So I don't think it's going to consolidate too much. I think it has a lot of rubber band pullback ability at the moment to bounce up. So I'm doing a long off of the upside retest of my downtrend line.
I like it. I like it.
We shall see. I think it could pop up, you know, and if it did, I would instantly take out 30% of this trade. But either way, I'll be at peace with it.
Yeah, I actually decided to add back into this NQ and this pullback. And I adjusted my stop a little tighter. It'll if I'm getting stopped, it'll still be a break even. But just threw another contract on to see if this pullback can hold and we can make another leg up. Got the strong hourly close. If we are going to sell off lower today, I'd like to see a little bit of a pop above that hourly close that then puts in some sort of failure to go higher a little bit later in the day.
Switching over to the 1 hour. See what it's showing. That's daunting. Look at the 1 hour chart here, Tyler, where I decided to go long.
It's pretty harsh. Yeah, it's true. You're definitely fighting a strong hourly sell off for sure. But there is some room for some relief, but
yeah.
We'll see.
I'll go to another time frame to make me look smart. So if I was being all crazy with lines here, I would probably say Will it hold this? Will it hold that right there? Before I change the color, it'll go against me. Watching.
Did you answer Noob's question? He said, so you're trading a 200K account for how much drawdown did you bounce back?
About 14K.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Or otherwise known as 7%, right? 7%. Yeah.
He was down. Yeah, he was like, I think you were super close to losing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I looked it up. This account, so I'd only traded it here on the live stream. I took a lot of crazy trades on it for I'd say for fun. It put it in such drawdown. I thought, okay, enough of that. It's time to get down to business. So I said to Tyler, wouldn't it be cool if I showed this as a coming out of drawdown? So that's what I did.
Good stuff, baby.
And I'll use the same principles to continue growing the account, and hopefully pass it. It'd be really cool to pass it on the stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you did that to a futures account before, right? Yeah, you passed it.
Yeah, the first
live.
the first ever futures account I traded. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool to show it, live. God, Justin just made a comment. Make back the time that was lost. You must live by that, Justin. I swear you made the same comment to me in like July last year. Something like that. Something like July or August. I can't remember.
Well, the NQ ad looked good there for about 2.5 minutes, but starting to fail.
Okay, so this is the pop because how vested am I in this trade, Tyler? Not much. So let's take out the position that's in the most green right now. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's take out one. So I'm only in for 2 lots right now. Not that huge of a thing for a 200K. Now we are about 30 pips up on one of my positions and 20 pips up on the other. My stop loss is going to be right here. I think right through. Yeah, right through here if I had to draw one out. And I'll make it white. I'm not going to put in a stop loss right now because it'll jinx my trade.
That's some superstitious-ish right there.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. He's like, I'm not giving those market makers a target. I'm gonna bring up my
dashboard. You know what, Tyler? We're talking about 2 truths and a lie. I just realized one of them. Another one too. So I have to change this all together.
I know too much about you, Brian.
Yeah, I know you probably. There's no way you could think of them right now. I don't think. But if I brought them up, you'd go, Brian did not do that yet. He said, Brian did do that. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I told you major stuff about me.
I want to show you guys. So I I mentioned before how I set up the 2 accounts to try copy trading for the first time. And let me show you my dashboard. So I wasn't 100% sure. I guess I could, I guess I didn't need to do the dashboard, but I could have shown you in here. But I realized about $180 profit on my one trade. So you can see these are the 2 accounts that I put together to copy trade. And you can see we have the profits here on both accounts. And it has been a really, really simple process. So I'm actually kind of excited to see how copy trading accounts go. I've never done it before. Another way that, so you can see I'm on like the main account here. This is now my new entry with the add-on, which is nice because caught another $300, $400 here so far. But you can see the realized P&L 180 on this account. And if I change it down to this account here, you can see the realized P&L 178. You can see the positions also there on that account when I switch it. So, and that was really simple to set up, built in right here. You just had to create a group, select a parent account, and you can add your children account to it. So I may try to get this where I'm trading 5 accounts. I think it could help my degenerate ways where I like to oversize sometimes. I think if I copy trade on 5 accounts with smaller size, could be a good way to try to combat that. So we'll see. This is day 1 of trying it, but so far it's pretty solid. Tyler, number 1 on the leaderboard. How do I go live calls with you, Brian? Is that 10x trades? Is this Diego? Is that who I'm talking to? Honestly, I just talked to you. We got to. I want to do an interview because I know you're going to get a payout on futures here. And yeah, I'll talk to you about getting set up on the stream. I just got to talk to my boy Lido. And I might need a mute button for you. I don't know. You get a little reckless sometimes there, Diego. I might need a mute button for you. I think I have one, so I could use it. I'm just kidding. As long as you promise to behave, Diego, I'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
I know you've been crushing it, so he's
at least as a guest.
At
least as a guest at a minimum.
Yeah, for sure. Diego, I think you probably remember him, Brian.
Yes, of course I do.
He passed his first Funder Pro challenge that he took, and I think he's like 3 or 4 days in with some good profits. So he's going to be getting his futures payout here soon.
So I did exit the trade on gold. It took the pump I wanted, but so the account's up $1,650.
Oh, baby, that's a nice pump on gold, yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely rebounding right now. I did not think we'd get that today, but that was I like that long. If the account was up higher, I probably, if the balance was up higher, I probably would have stayed in the trade longer. Look at that guy go.
Hey, I'm giving a slow clap down near extinction on this account to up 1600, baby. This account's like my baby. We're gonna pass this thing. We're gonna split all the payouts, right, Brian? Woo! Let's go.
That's right. That's right.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I wish you still had one of these lots on. I think she's I don't know. She might this could be it. We got this out there. It's a little 5 minutes lower high here that she's coming into, but it's good.
I had such a rough day yesterday that
you're just happy to be green and flat
for the weekend. It's a nice way to end a Friday. I might trade some more. If I do, I might change accounts. Any other accounts though, I don't show on here. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, that's a classic long, really. I know we're on Tyler's.
I can go back.
No, I was just gonna show. You have to switch to mine unless I beg for it. Okay, switch over to mine real fast. Okay, look at this. So you remember the hour?
Yeah. We erased that hourly candle. That's crazy.
All I really did was when I saw momentum going up on that 1 hour candle, I went long right in the center, thinking it would come up and do a match. And I see gold do that too much. And I
Yeah.
took it because I figured it was going to, based on that candlestick, one candlestick passing through two key levels. And what's gotten me to talk about this just a little bit more in detail is that Justin commented on it. He said, nice call. And Justin was kind of trained with me under Ishmael. So this was a bounce that I took on the 1 hour. And so that's why I got out right when it started hitting that key level. This little extra lift, I didn't take that because it was passing through that other key level. So if anything, I think the next candle may come down. And particularly if I were to switch it over to the 5 or 15, I think now we might look at a series of bearish candles coming back down to my trend line. Pop, 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 pop. That's all. Just explaining. That's why I entered.
That's awesome.
That's
why that's a great explanation. I just wanted to point out, Vishal, thank you, man. We appreciate it. Yeah, Brian, to tip the cap to us, we both have been catching some really nice trades on the stream.
Yeah. Go back to your screen.
Yeah.
While you're talking, let's watch yours because you have
a little pop higher here, and I might take this off fully, but yeah, we've had a good week of trading. So no, it's great. I think it's good. I hope the people, we're pretty consistently around 100 people or so live. People seem to start coming on a little bit later. I don't know. Like, obviously I don't, I like what time we start because we do for the New York Open. I don't know if we need to, the market starts to slow down a little bit too in the afternoon. I don't know if maybe we need to put in, we've talked about adding maybe a London session in here or something, but I don't know. It's been good. It's been good. Maybe we just got to keep it rolling. But I hope people are getting value out of it. Our goal is, we're not necessarily trying to give you guys trade signals, but we're trying to give you guys, we're definitely not trying to give you guys trade signals. We're trying to give you insight into the way that we approach the market, the charts, how we view things, and just kind of, help provide you guys with as much education as possible. And we trade, we have similarities, but I think we definitely trade different styles. Brian's almost, majority gold, I'm majority the indexes. So we view things differently in that perspective. I probably factor in the higher time frames a little bit differently than Brian does, the way that he trades and stuff. So we have our differences, and Brian probably he kind of flips back and forth between long and short a little bit more than I do, to where I kind of will add into my winners and kind of push for more of trends. But I think it's great to see both sides of the coin and see how you can make money and be profitable with different styles and strategies. And it's been a really good week on both fronts. So.
Yeah, that well said. I think if I was a viewer, I'm not trying to toot our horn, but I've always liked or enjoyed getting opposite end perspectives, different instruments and different styles. For sure. It proves that risk management is more key to succeeding. Any strategy can really work if you do it the right way. For sure.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm getting ready to take some more off of this one. Prop Fund Insights. We're happy to have you. What's up? Oh, I like that. I like that loyalty reward points. FunderPro Forex has. I think they have like the reward coupons. That's a really good idea, actually. Justin. And Andrew, I'm going to get to the Bitcoin thing here in a minute. But there are some things I think we need to add to kind of spice the stream up a little bit. I think the value has been awesome. Brian and I have both been on nice winning streaks on this stream. I mean, if you go back the last few days, I think you'll see a lot of pretty much winners. And so, but I do want to add like some of that element where you as the viewers who are tuning in, you're getting value, and maybe you're getting, some of those chances at bigger discounts or giveaways or loyalty reward coins, stuff like that. So I think that's all good stuff that I'd like to start adding in here. So I'll definitely schedule a meeting with the big dogs and see what we can do.
I like your trade, but I'm getting scared, getting nervous.
I know. I was like, I wish I would have just taken it off there. I'm hoping it just. I'm getting ready. I mean, I'm getting ready to take at least 2 off here in a sec.
Yeah. How many contracts total?
I have 3 micros, so I mean, it's not
Okay.
huge either way. Even if it came down and stopped me, I'd end the day green, but I'd like to end it more green.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to take this off. If this starts to pull back a little too harsh here,
What size account is
kind
this?
of double top in here. But the fifth, let me look at. So here's why I'm trying not to panic, because the 15-minute, we kind of have a bit of a 3-bar play playing out here. And at this point, it's now 4-bar play, and it's a really kind of a nice trigger, to be honest with you. So I talk about the 3-bar play, but the 4-bar play sometimes even operates with more strength, where we have the uptrending bar on the 15-minute. A bit of this one's a little bit unique because this has a lower tail, but then we have like the 2 double inside bars, and this one closed bearish at the highs. So this 15-minute definitely points to higher to me based off of this 4-bar play. I think we'll get a pop higher. That 5-minute just tried to scare me just a little bit here, but I'm going to take. We're pretty close to the $900 profit on the day, so I'm going to take. I'm going to take 2 off.
Yeah, you know why what NQ is doing right now that you're trading, the way you're in the trade?
Yeah.
Is why I exited gold when I did a few moments ago, because it was profitable, could have gone up higher, but normally my exit, I did not wait for my exit point, because I was sort of projecting. I took an exit, right? And I think gold's going to go right back on the 5-minute chart when I zoomed in, right where I exited anyway. So I would have really never known the peak, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's my perspective. It's I exited gold 10 minutes ago because that's why I said NQ scared me.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, if you look at this, and this is kind of a way that I use the multi-time frames, is I had looked a little bit earlier and I thought, oh, okay, it's looking like we have a potential 15-minute 3-bar play setting up. And then when it turned into a bit of a 4-bar play, I liked it even more. Now, so when you look at the 5-minute, I did start to get a little bit of like, damn, we might get a 5-minute double top pullback here. Especially when we started to get that little bit of a wick down. But then that's when I would look at the 15. I'm like, that 15 tells me it wants to pop higher, especially with the second inside bar closing as bullish as it has. So I want to try to give it that room to pop and then maybe exit full here. And I actually really like the way the hourly has set up. If you look at the hourly without extended hours on, it looks pretty good. That being said, we're fighting an overall downtrend, so I don't want to get too comfortable because now we're starting to fail again. I'm going to give it just a little bit of wiggle room here. I'm actually going to adjust the stop to under there. So if we do get stopped, we'll lock at least close to half of this. We'll lock about $200 more if my stop hits. But I'm going to try to give it this room to give me a pop higher based on this 15-minute.
Gold, you SOB.
Oh, she's still trucking, man.
That would have been a $3,200.
Yeah, that's a good looking. Looking. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, we're happy as a team. We're happy with the 200K account progress, Brian. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I was just kidding around. I am like, what did I say? I said this 200K. Now that it came out of drawdown, I will trade it outside of the stream as much as I'll trade it during the stream. During the stream, I'll show any trades I took outside the stream. I'll show the history. Maybe I'll just keep this chart with the basic drawings on it. That way, if we stream on a Wednesday and I want to show what I did on a Tuesday, I can go back and show it real quick. Not just wins, but also losses. But I'd really like to show it eventually pass, and it would be more fun to actually show it pass on a live stream. I think people would. We still get viewers here that ask about FunderPro's honesty, their payouts, and I've seen some people on Discord, as recent as yesterday, have an argument about FunderPro's payout and why it's taking so long. And those are rarities, but it can happen.
Yeah, that is super rare. I agree.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not a lot of people brag. I got my payout so fast. Most people who speak are going to be speaking of bad experiences.
Yeah. It's the old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. They just you just hear, I don't know, maybe not necessarily that's a good usage for that saying, but negative commentary always just comes through so much more than when things are going smoothly. People don't take the time to give as much of the positive commentary.
Yeah.
10x trades. How does the scaling plan work? For futures, if you go to the how it works page on the website, I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's basically the more profit you have, the more profit you accumulate, the more buying power you get. But I don't remember what those marks are, increments are. But if you go to the Funder Pro futures page under how it works, it'll tell you about the scaling plan. Come on, baby. Give me the snap, crackle, pop ski. Not loving that. I tighten the stop up a little bit more here. I'm still going to give it a second. I think there's a good chance maybe it gets stopped here. But I moved the stop up to about $325 in profit. So it'll put me about 500, up 500 on the day if the stop hits. 500 on both accounts. Which is so I'm risking about $100 of my open profits to try to give us a little bit of room. But another rejection of these highs, I think this 5-minute double top may end up giving us a little bit more of a pullback, but we'll see. Yeah, F1 stuff. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, I know. The only problem with Federal Pros, we're both America based, and they're international, so there's like a lot. The shipping's a bit of a pain. I was actually talking to them about some merch, getting us hooked up. So I think we'll get it here taken care of. coming towards the end of the stream here. I'm gonna let this trade play out here a bit. If we get to pop higher, I'll take a market exit.
What about two truths and a lie? We can play that.
Oh, all right. So 2 truths and a lie. All right. Let me think. Let me think of something here. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? Do you have yours ready to go?
First. I can go because I corrected one of them that you already know.
All right,
I took it out.
I really haven't. I'm not prepared here, but all right, go ahead. I'll think of something.
Okay, so let me think. I got this one and this one. Okay. I'll try to do no emotion. That's what looks real. But watch your trade there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna get stopped. That's okay.
Okay. First one, right? You have to find the lie. Woo.
Yeah, that's right. Stop there. So 500 on the day. That's cool. I'm cool with that. 500 on both accounts. Solid day. The first day trying out the copy trading. I like it. I thought the copy trading was super easy to set up with the trade copier here. You could set your accounts up, and look forward to maybe trying to stack some more children accounts under here. You can have up to 4, but it was super simple the way it just copied the orders for you from one account to another. It's a really easy way to do it. And so if you think about it, you could get funded with $1 million. You could get 5 of the 200K accounts, set them up. You got 1 parent account, 4 200Ks as your children accounts, and it's a nice size to trade with. So I'm definitely going to try to continue to use this and see how it goes. But I like it so far. From a mental perspective, it definitely allows me to trade smaller with like less FOMO, I think, where it's like I trade more because it's like, okay, whatever you're making, you're multiplying it, and it kind of helps. So as long as you can keep that size small, I think that's a smart way to do it. But anyway, so that's a good day of trading. Now, what 2 truths and a lie here? What do we got?
Okay. Let's see. Because I keep getting back into the charts and then I forget. God dang it, Tyler! I keep forgetting one of them. Because I have to dodge you because you know a few things.
Oh, okay. 10x trades. 10x trades? Is that Malik? Okay, I thought it was Diego. That's not who it was. Okay. That's Malik. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I once lost $40,000 in a day trading crypto.
Okay.
I have a real estate license.
Okay.
And thirdly, I once shared a taxi cab with would be a famous celebrity, and I didn't know it until I was dropped off.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the lie is, man, you've talked about your career life a little bit, but I've never heard you talk about real estate. So I'm gonna say the lie is the real estate license.
I'm seeing if any viewer is going to speak up for a second, but
yeah. If anybody else, hold on, before you tell me, anybody else watching, tell me what you guys think his lie is. And while you're doing that, Justin, I want to answer Justin's question. In my FunderPro futures dashboard, you can see I'm in my dashboard here, and I came down to the web platform. So this is built inside of your FunderPro dashboard, the Volumetrica web trading platform. And so built into the Volumetrica web trading platform is this trade copier. So you can see it's turned on here. If you click on it and you don't have anything in here, all you'll see is click here to add a new trade copier group. And you're going to click that. If this parent account tab right here, you're going to click settings and you're going to select what would be your parent account or the main account that you trade from. It's not showing me any because I have mine already copy traded. And then once you select the parent account, you can take all of your other accounts and you can add children account to it, and it'll show you all your other accounts and you can add those to it. I personally kept all of these other orders just how they were standard, order for order. You could do like order market. And if you want an explanation on all of that, if you go to this how it works link on YouTube, Volumetrica breaks down all those different settings and how they work and what they affect and all that good stuff. But yeah, so it was really simple to set up. It took me like 2 minutes to set up. You can stop it. Say I wanted to trade them individually. I could stop this from running and turn off the trade copier. Right. I could hit stop. So it's stopped. Trade copier up here gets turned off. So if I wanted to start it again, I could hit start. And so if you have, so you could do this with multiple, say you had a couple 50K accounts in the copy trade and a couple 200K accounts in the copy trade, you could set those up under 2 different groups and then select which one you were trading with, stuff like that. So it's all customizable in here. Pretty cool feature. So anywho, back to the important part. Lie, lost 40K crypto, truths, real estate license, and Calvin celebrity. Lost 40K is a lie. Okay, all right. So let's who's right here? Watch, it's gonna be the celebrity. Nobody got it right.
Tyler, you guessed. You said.
I said real estate's a lie. Real estate license is a lie.
So one of the truths is I did lose 40K in crypto in one day. That's a truth. Another truth is I do have a real estate license.
Oh no!
I have never been anywhere near the inside of a car with a celebrity.
Oh no!
The lie is I did not share a taxi with a celebrity.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. The ones I'm thinking of, I feel like you may know the answers too, because we've talked trading history a lot. And I wanted to try to keep it a little trading related.
My 40K loss was on Ripple, by the way, XRP.
Oh, really? 40. So was this like, were you day trading it, or did you just have like $100,000 invested into it?
I was swing trading it. I had 15,000 invested in it. I was up 60, turned my back for the night and lost 40K of my profits.
Oh man,
Yeah, and I can still show that point of the chart when it happened, but anyway. Real estate license, I did that for shits and gigs. I was watching the movie Step Brothers years ago.
Okay.
With Will Ferrell. And that one guy, the doctor said, he's selling his house, and then that other Will Ferrell's brother in the movie said, "Bro, I got my real estate license for shits and gigs. I can sell it for 2/5 the commish." And I saw that line, so I got online and I did self-study, and I got my real estate license like within 12 months.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be able to say I got it for shits and gigs also. How's that for doing something stupid and wild?
Oh man. Okay. All right. I'm trying to come up with a lie here. Give me a sec. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to think of the lie is the hard one for me to think of. I'm trying to think of a good lie here. One that like is convincing.
Think of a truth and just reverse it. I've shared taxis with people. They just weren't celebrities.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, you know what your lie should be? No, I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. See. I think you might. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna shut up and do it. All right. This is like hurting my brain because I'm trying to think of the lie without making it obvious, and I'm trying to think like when I go to say it that it's a lie. You went with a good simple one. Like that was a good one. You see, you've played this game before, and you brought that experience to the table. Okay.
I'll private message you a good lie.
No, but then you'll know it.
I'll know, but I won't participate unless you can think of one.
I want you to participate.
Okay.
I don't know why my brain is struggling so hard with like a good lie. All right. Oh man, it's really the lie that's killing me.
Hello, Anna Ruda. I don't know if I said that correctly.
Oh, I like that. If somebody shared a text with you, Brian, they would be sharing with a celebrity.
Don't think so. Let's see.
All right. All right. Here we go. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. I one time made $25,000 on a funded prop firm account and blew it in 2 days. I one time in a span of a couple days, I made like $12,500 on like trading shit coins, basically meme coins. And my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I surprised her to go skydiving for her birthday. Something she always said she wanted to do. And then when we got there to do it, she had like a mental breakdown and freaked out about it. So those are my three.
Okay, I know the lie.
Okay, what's the lie?
Okay, I'm going to go with the last one, and I'm going to say she did not freak out, and she dove right off the plane.
Okay, all right. Any viewers care to give your takes? Which one's a lie? We'll give it a minute here.
So to recap, you said you had 25K. You passed an eval and blew it.
I had a funded prop firm account, and in 2 weeks I made 25K, and then I lost it all in 2 days.
Right.
I over a span of a few days, I made like $12,500 trading meme coins, and I took my wife at the time, girlfriend, skydiving as a surprise for her birthday, and she freaked out, had a mental breakdown about skydiving. Anybody care to chime in? Nobody?
So I say his wife freak out was the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Justin agrees.
Lie, 25K, lost in 2 days. Other two truth. Okay, all right. Anybody else? We'll give another minute here. But funny how this worked. Nobody got yours right. And nobody got mine right either. I did blow 25K of prop firm profits in 2 days. I hate to say it. That was a bad time. That was a couple years ago. That was a bad dark.
Wait. But did real life say it?
What's that?
25K lost in 2 days?
No, that was correct. The prop firm profits 25K I lost. That's true. That's really happened. I never made $12,500 trading meme coins. That's the lie.
Gotcha. Yeah, that one.
So I did take my wife skydiving. This was I think her freshman or sophomore year of college. We drove to a skydiving place. She didn't know what we were doing. And it's kind of a funny story. And so like we get there, and so when we get there, she starts like breaking down crying, right? And they give you this tablet full of paper, and they're like, hey, this is like your waiver. You have to go through here and sign all these forms. And so like she pulls herself together, and we start going through and signing the paperwork. And it's like every page is just like, you may die. You could die. Chances of dying are likely. And so like you have to sign like 100 pages that say all this stuff, right? So she starts like crying, and I'm just like, oh man, this really backfired. Like this is a terrible gift. So it just happened to be like a cloudy, rainy day. So like we're there with a bunch of other people waiting to go skydiving, but they couldn't allow us to do it because of the weather. So we waited for like a few hours, and a bunch of other people, they just rescheduled, went home, and called it a day. So my wife and I were like, well, let's go get something to eat. We went and got something to eat. We came back to the skydiving place thinking like, it's still cloudy. We're not going to be able to go up. we'll just reschedule. And so we get back there thinking we're not going to skydive today. So she's like a sigh of relief, right? And so we get back to the place to reschedule, and they're like, hey, good news. We just sent a test plane up to see if they're able to jump out. If they're able to jump out, you guys can go skydiving next. You can go on the next plane. And so we're like, okay, you know, so we're standing outside watching, and next thing you know, you see these little specks coming out of the sky, coming down, and she instantly just starts crying again, because the fact that they were skydiving meant that like we're going to be able to go next. So at this point, all of the other like people like us who are just there to skydive with the professionals they're gone. They've rescheduled. So it's just my wife and I and a bunch of professional skydivers. Like the one guy, like the wingsuit with the webs underneath the arms and stuff like that. So you could like fly out and all stuff. So yeah. So we get in the plane and they're like, hey, listen, what we're going to do is it's pretty cool. Technically, it's not legal. But what we're going to do is we're going to fly up to max altitude. We're going to be above the clouds. So all you're going to be able to see is the clouds. We're going to skydive out above the clouds into the clouds. And then so when you come out of the clouds, then you'll be able to see everything. They're like, it's a really cool like experience. So we're like, all right, that's awesome. Like that sounds pretty cool. So we get in this plane. We're both strapped to like the professional. We're on this like little bench seat. All the professionals take off like, doo, 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 like they're all jumping out, right? So then my wife is first. And we slide up and I watch them and they jump out and they do a double backflip into the clouds and like disappear. And so they have told me like 100 times, like, hey, put your arms out like this and like kick your legs back, like try to kick yourself in the butt. And like, that's how you're supposed to do it. And so they like repeatedly told me this over and over and over and over again. So we get up in the plane. I watch my wife do a double backflip out of the plane into the clouds and disappear. And I swear my mind must have just went like blank. Because like as soon as he did that, he's like, all right, we're going. So we jump out and we do a backflip. And then like we're in the clouds. And then all of a sudden, like we come out of the clouds and we're still like going crazy. We're like spinning all around and like all this stuff. And after like a few seconds, I feel like him like reaching his like legs around and like pulling like at my legs, like trying to pull him back. And it like clicked in my brain, like, oh shit, you never kicked your legs back. So like my legs were just like dangling, like flying all over the place. And apparently this like threw us completely out of control. So I like realized that I get my legs back. He like gets us under control. Eventually he like pulls the parachute. And so like this is like the craziest thrill of my life that I just went through, right? Pulls the parachute. It's like, I calm down as soon as the parachute goes, because you can't really hear anything. When you're free falling, you're going like 120 miles an hour in a free fall. And so then he pulls a chute and it's like quiet. And I just hear him start screaming, I told you to pull your fucking legs back. How many fucking times did I? He's just screaming at me. So now I'm getting screamed at by this guy. And it was like, we get down on the ground. Jen's like all happy. She had a great time. Like she's like, didn't freak out anymore. Meanwhile, I'm traumatized. I'm like, oh, like I almost killed us. But yeah, so that was our skydiving story. It actually happened. That was fun. Skydiving was amazing, by the way. I suggest it for anybody. It was like really one of the craziest things I've ever experienced. Just kick your legs back. Don't
viewer Mary Singer thought it was the wife freak out too was the line. So I wasn't alone there.
Mary said 2 losses on guessing today. Better take the rest of the day off. That's it. We'll end with that. But 2 losses on the day. Time to step away. Go touch some grass. Enjoy your weekends, everybody. We'll be back on Monday with the stream. Thanks for hanging out, tuning in. Reminder, 20% off. Code GETFUNDED, 20% off all Forex accounts. That lasts for the rest of the day today. So take advantage of that while it's here. Peace out, everybody. We'll catch you guys on Monday.